In the late 1950s, Phil Knight was a pretty good track athlete at the University of Oregon. He graduated in 1959 and then went to Stanford to get his MBA. At Stanford, he wrote an essay talking about how Japanese sports shoes can dominate the market. He became obsessed with this idea and he wanted to bring high-end Japanese sports shoes to America and sell them at a low cost. And then he cold called a shoe company in Japan called Onitsuka and got a meeting with the CEO. So he flew to Japan and met this guy, and in the meeting the CEO was asking Knight about all of these questions regarding his company. Knight didn't have a company. He just made up everything, and when the CEO asked him the name of his company, Knight responded with Blue Ribbon Sports. This was simply the first thing that came to his mind. He completely made it up. He also told the CEO that he had a team and offices. All were untrue. But the CEO believed it all, and Knight got the deal and got an order for a couple samples. It took over a year to receive that first order of 300 shoes. When he finally got the shoes, he sent them to his old Oregon track coach, Bill Bowerman. Bowerman was a shoe dog, and he was always trying to tinker with his athletes' shoes in order to make them faster and better. He even made shoes out of fish skin at one point. One of the most famous Nike shoes was made by Bowerman in his basement when he put rubber into a waffle iron. Bowerman loved these Japanese shoes, and him and Knight went into a 50-50 partnership. In the first year, Knight would just sell these shoes out of his trunk at various track meets across the country. Knight still had a full-time job as an accountant and was an assistant professor at Portland State University. There he got help from a graphic design student, Carolyn Davidson, who helped him create the iconic Nike swoosh. They made $8,000 their first year in 1963. As they grew, they decided to rebrand the name from Blue Ribbon Sports to Nike. In 1972, they released their first shoe called the Cortez. Nike endorsed their first athlete, Ilia Nastase, who was a Romanian tennis player. They kept selling out like crazy, and by 1979, they had 50% of the US running shoe market. By 2012, Nike employed more than 22,000 people. Today in 2017, Nike is worth over $91 billion. And that's how Nike was founded. If you've liked this video and you want to see more, please follow me on my YouTube channel and Instagram at Austin Daniel Patry.